Greetings and salutations, YouTube. It's Achi, back with another video. Day 6. No, I've been the most consistent I've ever been, to be honest, recording these videos, posting them. You know, you have to start somewhere, yeah? So, yeah, we're back with the beanie again. No. So, what did I do today? I wrote my IT test. That went well. I also did study for it, so we can clap it up for your boy. Um, Still struggling with friends. So yeah, what else did I do today? I made breakfast, like proper breakfast. I had oats with a cup of tea and some fruits and nut mix, which is pretty tasty, I must say. Filled me up until like 10. No, I'm a body's trying to bulk, but yeah. What else happened? So I kind of realized that, and I read this from the book, Courage to be Disliked. I've realized that I shouldn't take people's goals and make them mine. That's what people's tasks and make them mine. So, for example, if my coach wants me to go to, I don't know, the London Open for squash, and I'm think now that makes me think that, oh, that's now my goal, my task that I have to do. When in reality, it's not. It's the coach's goal, the coach's task. And when I realized that and started to disassociate myself from people's goals and my goals, I said, oh my gosh, I would have been in a worse, I would have been in a bad situation. So I would have been doing physics, life science, ET, EGD, hectic combination. Even, yeah, that's a lot, man. I wouldn't be enjoying where I am today as well. Ah, thank you. So, one thing I must say is that on the friend thing, um, hold up, let me just go back, blow my nose real quick. And we are back. Yeah, sinuses. So, as I was saying, on the whole topic of friends, I realized that I've become so dependent on other people's company that it feels so alien like to be alone. Now, I know that's kind of contradictory because I grew up as an only child, right? I never hung out with the cousins. I mean, by the time I was 7, that's when my first cousin was born. Get what I mean? And you need to know those age differences don't even work out. But even if I don't have any friends, that shouldn't stop me from being who I am, correct? And it hasn't. I mean, in the first day and a half, I was kind of like, man, this life is kind of, down. It's like a gray cloud, you know? Then at this I'm thinking, hey, I don't have to worry about people's snide remarks towards me, or about the things I enjoy and pretend that it's okay. I've slowly transitioned from becoming a yes man to a man, to a normal man, if that's the right terminology. But yeah, I've kind of just, relaxed on this whole friend thing. And one thing I have noticed is that friends are temporary and we can't rely on people most of the time. We have to rely on ourselves. Nobody is going to shoot the flare for you while you're stuck on an island alone. Who are you going to expect to shoot the flare for you? Mr. Krabs? Squidward? They're chilling, they have their own lives. They're worried about themselves. They're worried about where their next paycheck will come from. So, with that being said, what I've, yeah, starts about, yeah, what have I learned today? One, they're not really your friends if you keep on initiating the connection. If you're the one having to go and make the first contact, they basically just, dealing with you. And you saying, oh, they're my friend, blah, 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 this, blah, blah, that. It's copium, man. You're becoming a Jeffrey. But second, you need to find your right kind of people. And even if you do find your right kind of people, don't be so attached to them in the beginning. For example, you met this group of nice people at the bar. You guys have similar interests. You both like Star Wars. You both build Legos. You decide, hey, maybe they build Star Wars themed Legos. Turns out they do. Oh my goodness, we have multiple things in common. But let me not attach so quickly, in case the detachment comes just as quick. Yeah. So, lonely outlook, I guess. But, there are people I still talk to. I just wouldn't consider them as friends. Because, yeah, you might say the person you greet every day is your friend. I see them as classmates, schoolmates, if I should say. Because I barely interact with them. And, it's gotten to the point where I did say this in the last video where I click with older people. Is that instead of only saying, oh, I click with older people, oh, stop, and I need to stop whining, I am starting to see a bit of change within this garden. It's starting to look much more alive. This mental fortitude. I'm starting to look down myself less. I'm starting to say, hey, you actually did well, instead of saying mediocre. You could have done better. You should have done better, kind of thing. Unless if it's truly necessary. So if I know I can, kick a ball 10 miles per hour and I decide to kick it at 5, then and only then is the right time to say, you could have done better. You should have done better. Right? There are if statements and or while loops. But yeah, one thing to take away from this video, don't rely on friends. Because if you do rely on them, you'll start needing them. And if you need them, what will you be without them? An empty vessel? No. It's an issue with interpersonal relationships, I must say. But yeah, enough of the rant. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Godspeed.